Great Tuesday morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Cesar Mascoro Jr. with Manufactured Home Sales Mastery. And for our Tuesday edition of 15 Minutes to Mastery. We do this each and every day, 7 days a week, 8:15 Central Daylight Time, Daylight Savings Time. Central Standard Time when we get back to Central Standard Time. But it's 8:15 a.m. each and every morning. We come in here to share a little bit of information, inspiration, motivation to get your day going on the right foot. We're all about manufactured homes here. Now, some days we'll talk about mindset. Some days we're going to be talking about just random things that will help you along in life, because we're not just about helping you in your manufactured home sales career. We want to make sure that we're helping you become better as an individual as well. And so one of the things that I've been contemplating doing is possibly even starting a book club, and that we can consider as part of our training that we do for our students. So we'll get you some more information on that as we work a little more on this part of it. But listen, I wanted to come in today. Actually, man, I was thinking through it before I get into today's message on choices and the overwhelm of choices. Okay. I was thinking about this. Been doing this 195 days. 195 days. I want to say in a row, but I did miss one day last week. Okay. So 195 days total. And these are 15-minute segments, right? So that means we've brought you over 48 hours worth of content already in just these 15 minutes to mastery. 48 hours. That's even longer than our full 1 week immersion sales training program. You have access to that with each and every one of these 15 minutes to mastery. We started back October 31st of 2023. That's amazing to think about. It's an awesome feeling to know that we're bringing you this information to help you get going. And because we know that every day counts, every morning counts, even on the weekends. And that's why we do it 7 days a week. But today I want to talk about a subject here that sometimes can get lost in all the shuffle, right? Which is an overwhelm of choices, too many options, having too many options for your clients that cause your deal to go slower or not go anywhere at all, because most people are not able to make choices when it comes to that, right? So our quote for today comes from Sheena, and I hope I don't butcher her last name, Iyengar, okay? And she's a professor at the Columbia Business School. And I thought this was very, very appropriate. So check this out. It says, too many choices can overwhelm us and cause us not to choose at all. For businesses, this means that if they offer too many choices, we may not buy at all. All right. For businesses, this means if they offer too many choices, we may not buy at all. She's referring to we as the consumer, right? And so think about this. How do we even apply this? Okay. One of the things that I always seem to that seem to slow deals down for me as a general manager and slow deals down for my team was obviously those customers who came in without land. Okay. And we're going to talk about how this also applies to community in the community space, right? But they come in without land. You're helping them find a home, okay? And you're also having to help them find a place to put the home, okay? And when I first started, I thought, man, the more options I can give them, better it's going to be. And so I would make sure that I had, 5, 8, sometimes even 10 different options of properties to look at. And a couple of mistakes that I made along the way in this was just in the manner that I had them go about making their choice, right? But before we get into that, I just want to talk about this. Think about yourself. Think about yourself when you go out and shop for something. And if you have too many options think of how difficult it is, first of all, to make the decision, right? And think about how many times you've walked out without even making a decision. Or you're shopping online and you're looking at different things, and you choose not to make a choice. It's still making a choice, right? But you choose not to make a choice because there's too many options. And then what happens? You feel that you need to take time so that you can think and you can research. Should I go with this one? Should I go with that one? What's the difference between this and that? And what about that one over here? And well, I like the way that one looks as well. And that overwhelm just slows you down. Same thing with those folks that have thought about starting a business, right? Or have come up with an idea and they just paralyze themselves in indecision because of the fact that there's too much information. That's why sometimes you just got to go. It's like I've been describing it for us here at Manufactured Home Sales Mastery, right? We're building the plane as we go. We're not going to figure it all out and then build it and then go. We're going to go, because if we don't go, we don't make a choice at all. So how do we help our clients? Okay. How do we help our clients make a decision? All right. Whether you're in a retail space at a retailer, right? Retail location, or you're in the community space. This applies to you as well. And I'm going to explain how. Okay. Let's first start with the homes. Okay. In our training, and you hear me talk about this quite a bit, when we talk about what homes will you show a customer. Of course, obviously you're showing them homes that are fitting into what their needs are. When you found out what they were looking for in a home, right? What their must-haves are, getting that whole laundry list of things, from the bedroom sizes to how many sinks they want in the master bath to the type of kitchen, cabinet space, on and on and on and on and on, right? And your job as a housing consultant is to be able to fit as much of that into the home that you show them that is within their budget. Now, retailers, you have a whole bunch of different home selections. I assume most of you have 8 to 30 different houses on your lot. It just depends on the size of the location, obviously, right? Communities, same thing. The communities that are out there. For those of you that have park-owned homes, you probably have quite a bit out there. Okay. The issue is you don't show them all. You need to be in control of what is going on with this client, what you're showing based on their needs and their budget. But less is more. How many times have you found yourself where you went from one house to another house to another house, and they didn't make a decision, and then you thought maybe I should show them this, or they start asking you, you're walking through, well, can we see this one? And can we see this one? And can we see this one? And there you go, opening up like a tour guide, right? Put your name badge on and it says tour guide. And next thing you know, they don't make a decision because now they're overwhelmed with the different options. They all start to look alike. They forget which home had this and which home had that they really liked. And that's why you need to limit the homes that you show based on wants and needs and budget. Okay. And we dive deep into that and how to make that happen within our training. Okay. So those of you in the community space, you need to be very careful with that. And retailers, when it comes to land, same thing. You need to limit the options of land available. The worst thing you can do is put a client, okay? I know most of you probably have a realtor that you use that helps you find land for your clients, okay? The worst thing you can do is turn that customer over to the realtor, and not literally turn them over where they're going to be dealing directly with them. But the worst thing you can do is put that client on a drip from a realtor where they just keep getting all these different options, where at first they're bombarded with 10 to 15 different land options that are in the budget that you say they need to be in. I had a conversation with every one of my realtors whenever I gave them the information, name, email, address, or name, phone number, and email of my client. I told them, I just want you to send them 3-4 options. tops. And as a matter of fact, well, you know what? Why don't you do this? Why don't you send them to me? Send me the 10 to 15, and then I pick out the top 3 or 4 that are going to fit in their budget and that are in the area that they're potentially looking for, and that are also going to fit kind of what they want to accomplish with this property. It's maintaining quote unquote control. Now that can come across the wrong way, right? But here's the thing. You are the consultant. You are the housing consultant. You should be in control of what your client does or does not see. You should be in control of what your client will and will not make a decision on. You are there to guide them, not to be led by them. You are there to guide them, not to be led by them. They are coming to you for you to assist them in making the decision they already want to make, which is to purchase a home. However, they're turning to you and your professionalism. But however, a lot of times what happens is we start to think that we need to do everything and whatever we can to make sure that this customer is happy. And because they told you we want to see as many options as we can, you think you need to overwhelm them with options. When you overwhelm them with options, they don't make a decision, right? It happens way too many times because this is the feeling they get. Like there's so much going on, there's so much to consider, and they don't even want to make a choice anymore. Who wants their clients feeling and looking like that? Because that's what they feel and look like when you give them too many options. It's a home, folks. It's home and land. It's a home and a community. And by that, what I mean is you're asking them to commit to something for the next 20, 25, 30 years. And then on top of that, you overwhelm them with options. I'm telling you, less is more. Less is more. But that means you need to take your time up front in getting to know your customer, building that rapport. And you keep hearing it time and time again, and you're going to keep hearing about this to the day I take my last breath. You need to build that rapport. It's very important. And that upfront interview is probably even more important. It is more important because that's where you find out the nooks and crannies, the ins and outs. You get to peel back the layers of finding out what it is that your client needs and wants, so that then you can guide them, not so that they can guide you. That's why it's so important that that interview be done. And that's probably the one thing that most of you out there overlook. That's the one thing that most of you out there will just blow through and, hey, well, tell me, what are you looking for? 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. Okay, great. And they just write down those couple things and don't really get into detail as to what about those rooms? Why are those rooms the most important? What exactly does your family need? How do the hobbies play a role in what you're selecting as a home? And you know the answers. You know how they correlate. You know why they go together, but you don't actually take the time to find out. And then you're wondering why you're left holding the bag after you showed them 5 or 6 homes or gave them a list of 10 to 12 properties, and why you have no deal. Even if you did move forward with the application, maybe you even collected money up front, and then it falls apart. And you're wondering why. If you want to learn how to gain control of your customer, if you want to learn how to gain control of your business, you first must gain control of yourself. So that's one of the things I'm going to tell you. If you want people to make decisions, you need to be a person who makes a decision. You need to be a person who makes decisions. You don't just go and spend countless of hours, okay, looking and trying to figure things out. Does it sometimes backfire on me? Yeah, it does. But I'll tell you what, most times it doesn't. And because of that, most times I'm further ahead than anyone else. Do I sometimes make a wrong decision and I got to fix it? Yes. Do I sometimes shoot from the hip on certain things because I'm just trying to move forward on things? Yes. But it's not life-threatening. So that's the one piece of advice I can give you, is become the type of person who makes decisions. Because like I tell everyone that is on my teams, I tell everyone who deals with me, and as we're building this company, I tell my wife, I tell everyone who comes on board, and I will continue to say this until, again, take my last breath. Make a decision. If it's the wrong one, we will fix it. Just go. Go. Put a little bit of thought in it. You need to become a thinker, but you put the thought into it. You putting the thought into it doesn't mean, oh, well, I don't know what that is, so no. Put some thought into it. Use some common sense and go. Don't overwhelm your customers with too many options. Give them limited options, 3, 4 tops. Go with them to go show land if you're going to do that. Go with them and preface it, set the right expectation of what is about to happen. If you want to know more about that, you want to know how to take control, you need to get with us. Go on our website, manufacturedhomesalesmastery.com. Go book a call and let's talk about our training programs. Let's talk about how we can help take your life, your business, your career to a whole new level within manufactured home sales, because that's what we do. That's what we've done. That's where we've been the last 15 years. And as of this past year, now with Manufactured Home Sales Mastery, bringing these types of actions, lessons, improvements to you and your life and your career, because that's what we want to do for each and every one of you, because our mission at Manufactured Home Sales Mastery is to help as many people out there become homeowners through you, the retailer, the community, the housing consultant, all across the country that we work with to help take you to a whole new level, to take you an elite level. Go to our website, manufacturedhomesalesmastery.com. It's scrolling down there at the bottom. Okay. You can book a call and let's get you and your team working at a different pace and being in control, and watch what happens in your life and in your career. You guys have a great Tuesday, man. I'm excited to show some. We're going to jump deeper into this, with our training that we do daily at 9:30 a.m. through Zoom for all our students, our past and current students. So if you want to be a part of that, get on a call with us. Let's get you the information you need so that you can become part of this, because if you're doing this on your own, especially, it's a great investment in your future and your career, and it's minimal as well. You'd be surprised. All right, we'll be talking to you guys soon. Have a great Tuesday. We'll be talking later on, and as always, I can't wait to meet you.